Oh, right. I guess that this brings us to Japan, the year 2121. And there's a Japanese man that I call him Hirowan, and he's kind of like very emperor hero type, um, staunch, solid, controlled. You know that Asian. He has that, and he has very Asian features, and he's a scientist. He studies black holes, and he works in Europe, and it normally takes him 4 or 5 train connections to get to, Paris and then back to Romania, where the Math Science Institute where he works is located. Not a lot of headway has been made in studying black holes since our time. What they know about black holes then is pretty much the same as what they know now. But everything else is advanced in leaps and bounds. There's nuclear fusion reactors, fission reactors on the moon, and they have Tesla coils that beam the energy to Earth, and there's like receptors on Earth that catch these lightning bolts of energy that are beamed from the moon. And they mine asteroids, which brings a lot of mineral resources to the planet. So there's incredible amount of like industrial building. Right now, Hirowan is commuting to work, and he's reading the newspaper, and he's mentioned like on the front page of some of the science articles, because Halley's Comet all of a sudden swirled out of its course and went right down a black hole. It just gone. And he's one of the foremost experts on black holes, and he was quoted basically very intelligently saying, I don't know why. Have no clue. Halley's Comet in some ancient civilizations was seen as like a negative thing. Comets were like symbols of evil to the Aztecs, and so in certain parts of the world there are parties, and he's looking at a site where it's journalizing one of these yay the comet is gone parties, and he puts his thumb on and he becomes a hologram, and he can interact with the party as a hologram, and there are only like 20 real people there, but there are like thousands of holograms that are enjoying the party. And he takes his thumb off, and he's back in the train. He kind of thinks about his day, and right now he's on the cutting edge of so many boundaries in science and advancement. He is like on one of the maiden voyages of this new railroad track, a bullet train that goes all the way around the world. And they shut it off at the time there was an energy transfer from the moon yesterday. But they're like, nothing's probably going to happen. It's going to be all right. And so at this moment, the energy download starts, and they were wrong. This big railroad track that's charged with electrical energy to make the bullet trains go around it does affect the download of energy from the moon, and it's hit, and it like melts a lot of the track, and the bullet train that's on it like fritzes off and blows off the track. And Hero 1 is one of the lucky ones that survives and is brought to a hospital, and they do surgery on him, and they try to save him, but he's basically like in a coma. And they call his wife. The doctors, talk to her, and she has a young son with her, maybe a 3-year-old, and he's touching the screen and up on the furniture, and she's distracted, and the doctor's talking to her, and the boy's screaming and giggling and running around in circles, and the doctor's like, your husband donated his body to science. Is like, yes, stop that. And so his colleague comes to collect the body, and he unplugs one machine and patches another machine into him, and the other machine that he patches into him, he's able to like interface directly with Hirowan's brain and asks him, do you want me to release your body for burial, or do you want me to go ahead with the project? And Hirowan is like, go with the project, send me. So they prepare like it looks like a casket. It's electronic, and they place his body in it, and his body is all wired and hooked and cameraed and electroded, and they load this casket like thing, technological casket, into trucks and trains, and eventually load it into a spaceship. And the spaceship goes and hits warp or whatever, supersonic or super subsonic speeds, and goes right into the black hole. And camera data feeds bring information from what Hirowan is experiencing back into the lab. Hirowan guides his pod after he gets through the black hole and lands on the same planet that our Featherland, that the rest of my story belongs to. And he isn't completely corporeal there. He's this like shadow man. But that's where I'm going to leave his story for right now.